Okay, hi everyone. Asian bakeries. Asian bakeries. I really hope that's the last time I have the cadence thing. Okay. What Asian bakeries? I've always loved Asian bakeries. You probably actually know a couple famous chains. We have Paris Baguette, 85 Degrees. I think that might be a Southern California thing though. And maybe Toslo Dwellers at H Mart. I'm going to pretend I said that right. Actually, fun fact, two of the brands I just mentioned are South Korean in origin. And I swore for the life of me that one of them was a Vietnamese originated. And it was crazy that I found out doing research for this video. So you can actually find out at the very end of the video. But anyways, Asian bakeries have always been like a special place for me because it's a little culturally ambiguous, right? It's Eastern style baking food pastries for the Asian palate, less sweet, maybe more fluffy. And I swear to God, like I remember learning that like Asians didn't even eat bread until like the 1400s, 1500s when colonialism, westernization came into the Eastern world. You know, you get the gist. But they've always just resonated for me and my friends and all my Asian American friends. We all have memories of going to an Asian bakery and just loving buns and loving the different types of like variations of like an egg tart. And so today we're actually gonna be taking you to two very different Asian American bakery experiences at two wildly different price points. So we're gonna compare what makes both of these experiences, both these bakery experiences, kind of so great, and why so many Asian Americans and Asians alike love these kind of bakeries. Well, so why don't I just let the narration take it away? You got it, Justin.
I feel like I'm worth it right now, and I'm a worth it wannabe.
For this section of the video, I need to give you some background history. And so I'm gonna be talking about the rise of Asian style bakeries in the context of Hong Kong style and Taiwanese style bakeries, because that's just what I'm familiar with. So the rise of such bakeries actually have to start with two periods of colonialism. Hong Kong's occupation by the British in the early 1880s, and Taiwan's occupation by the Japanese in the 1930s. In both of these periods, actually, there's heavy Western influence, primarily Western influence from the British, and then secondary Western influence from the Japanese, because they had already adopted a lot of Western cooking styles. And they both laid the groundwork for Western bakery practices to mingle into the diverse food cultures of Southern Chinese cuisine. And so one of the biggest cases in Hong Kong is the rise that cha chaan tangs, which are Hong Kong tea houses. I can go on and on about cha chaan tangs. I love them. My home. And during the Hong Kong occupation by the British, actually, cha chaan tangs being tea parties, like lots of people are doing these kind of tea times, and they need like access to like pastries and different types of pastries, cheaper pastries for the middle and working class. And so what happened was cha chaan tangs began this revolution of reinventing European pastries for the Asian palate. So like pastries like eclairs, tarts, and even just like regular loaves of bread. They got transformed into like the pineapple bun, bolo bao, like the milk bread you know and love. Roast pork buns like the tosu bao, and even egg tarts and Portuguese egg tarts, which are dan tat and pol tat respectively. God. I'm salivating at the thought of the pol tat right now. So there are instances actually in many of these cases, and we'll talk specifically about the pol tat, the Portuguese egg tart, where the pol tat's actually is Portuguese in origin, but it came to Macau, and where Macau is a Portuguese colony in China, close to Hong Kong, and the Chinese bakers and the Chinese cooks worked with the Western bakers there to reinvent the egg tart, the Portuguese egg tart, to match more Asian palates, being less sweet, using fattier butters, making it more using a puff pastry instead, because that was more easily accessible by the working class. And it's kind of like the opposite of what we read in this book called The Siamese Cookery, and then the critique of it, where a Caucasian woman takes Thai cooking, Thai cuisine, and becomes the face of it in the Western world. We did the opposite. We took the European cooking styles, changed it to an Asian palette and kind of just made it its very own cultural identity. And so now the po tot is like a huge thing in Macau, and is one of the things my dad is like so proud of every time we talk about Macau. So where does it leave us? Actually, well, our first step on this trip is to Winston Bakery in Brooklyn. I watched this video right here 1 year ago, and just like when I had this project, I had to spring at the opportunity to try this unique Taiwanese American bakery for myself. Why is Winston unique enough for me to take this 3-hour journey from Philadelphia to New York to spend even more money? It's the epitome of what a modern take on Asian bakery style. So yeah, why don't we just go there and find out? So here are the items we are trying today. We got the choco bolo bao, the jutai, a scallion pancake, the fontan, the snow pea salad, the tian douzheng, which is just like soy milk, and the yo-tu.
The soy milk reminds me of when I'm cold. My mom gets hot soy milk, and it's literally just that. It's the same soy milk I'd buy at a 99-inch market and boiled it.
For this snow pea salad, there's tofu skin in it, veggies, snow pea. I don't know actually what dressing it is, but there's like cheese side course. Look at that.
So it's a jutai, like scallion pancake.
And so it has raw chives. I think the cheese is like mortadella, which is like the TikTok like cheese wheels things. And like it has like the glass noodles.
What's the sauce?
Dude, the sauce is just like it's like an Asian raisin cake sauce. And so like I can't describe it, but it's very distinctly Asian, but raisin cake at the same time. Like it's like really distinctly type, which is very nice because like I feel like a lot of things like with chives in it, it's like a topping on top, right? So like I guess what's weird about this one, it's like a vegetarian option. Because I wasn't expecting like any like the meatiness, or like the cheese and the chives like make up for like everything. I'm gonna try the wonton next, which is the time. It's like a Taiwanese like. From what my mom described it to me, it's a sticky rice roll. She told me it's not really traditionally made with like egg inside of it, like especially like the scrambled egg that's kind of jammy-ish. But it has like
That's not scrambled.
Like it has like a yolk song in it, and like it typically has like a brown outer like fried youtiao with like Chinese bread layer. It's actually like a little smaller. Like I used to have seen it before, but I'm gonna try it first without the sauce. And I'm gonna try the sauce after. It was like a very noticeable punch. Because you can't really see the
What's the
Chinese
crunch?
donut.
Oh, it's the donut.
There's a Chinese donut on the outside. You really can't see it. But it's a really noticeable punch. But also, the egg is just like the right amount of like jamming. It's like not like runny. But like it's still like kind of liquidy-ish. Anyways, I like it. Anyway, like, it's good. It feels like home, but like not really. It's like a really more Americanized pasta burger. Try with the sauce now. It's so Chinese American. Still ABC. To have like something traditional like the wonton, and then dip it in something like a raisin cane sauce. It's just so Asian American. This is the youtiao that comes with soy milk. I don't think we actually talked about the soy milk earlier, but it's just a regular youtiao. There's really nothing else to it. I'll eat it. Yeah, but dip it inside of it.
It's like a little child. That's pretty good. It's the chocolate bolo bao. So bolo bao is like the pineapple one that I just really, really like. And Hong Kong Bakery and Chatante. And what kind of stood out to me when I found that this place had a chocolate bolo bao was they have variations of it. So sometimes they made it like a Reese's puff bolo bao. But this one's like, I think it's supposed to be like a spin on like the French pain chocolat. Something like that. I don't think I pronounced that right, whatever. But like, I think there's chocolate inside of it, so I'm gonna split it open. Oh no, it's splitting open the other side. I have to split it open this side.
There's chocolate inside of it, but all the flakes are also going everywhere.
So, I guess I'm just gonna take a bite out of my little kid bowl of bao. That was not a bowl of bao. This is like a croissant. That's like made to look like a bowl of bao. It's like so airy. It's like, look, it's like literally the layer is like a croissant. And I quite literally get every single, it's like, I'm literally seeing a French pastry that's like disguised to look like an Asian pastry. That's like weird. And I was shook by that. But it's really good. So I'm gonna finish it now.
Right, so Winston's food was great, and everything a contemporary take on Chinese-style bakeries should be. It was very unique spins and items I've grown up with. But why don't we now go back to the other Justin, who's giving us a scope from Philly Chinatown and his favorite bakery there, Asia Bakery.
Alright, so we're in Philly Chinatown, and this has been home for a lot of years. We're gonna be looking at actually a couple of Hong Kong bakeries for like a really cheap price margin for a couple like really popular bakery items like a bolo bao, char siu bao, and like even some like egg tarts like a dan tat. And then what we're gonna try to do is that I'm gonna compare like similar items or like homestay items with those new gentrified, more like modern fusion items that we saw at the New York bakery. So why don't we just go?
Okay, I hope the audio is gonna be okay. I went to Chinatown like yesterday, and I got all the stuff that you saw in the video, but I'm actually gonna try it. Okay, so the first one's gonna be the yoksong bao, which is just pork floss on a regular cake bun. Couple things is like, I think it's unanimous amongst like a lot of Asian American families, or even just like people in our generation, college kids. They love pork floss. I love pork floss. I can put pork floss on anything. And so their memory is eating the pork floss bao, the yoksong bao, or just eating the yoksong dango, which is like the pork floss cake. Okay, here it is in story. It doesn't look fancy, nothing too much. It's literally just pork floss, mayo, some cream, and then some bread. Yeah. See? It's not even fancy at all. It's just the bread. You have to yoksong on the top. But man, it was a slap so much regardless. But this is actually a char siu bao, which is like a barbecue pork bun. I am ashamed of myself. I saw like the red corners of it, and I was like, this is a char siu bao, 100%. Anyways, char siu bao is like this like nice barbecue pork, like kind of filling. It's really sweet, really chewy, and I think this place does it kind of justice. It's like a regular milk bun, a little bit of egg wash on the top. I don't know if you can see it really well. Like the inside, just like it's open. Ooh. Look at the char siu filling, dude. The back. You can see it really well, but like, ooh. Love char siu bao. Char siu bao, I think for a lot of people is their quintessential memory of like an Asian bakery. So like a Chinese Hong Kong bakery. Like this kind of bake style of char siu bao is what you see in dim sum. It's what you see like going on all like the different like carts and like
the lady shouting at you, like, do you want a char siu bao, do you want a gai bao, like a chicken bun or anything. Like, this is the quintessential. There's variants, so like you can buy the steamed version of it. It's like white, but a lot of people like this baked version because it's just cleaner, but it's also just like easier to just pop into the microwave and just kind of have it whenever you want to go. So I'm gonna have a bite of this right now. I'm probably gonna finish this later. This is so good, man. That's it. I also completely forgot that I should be filming on horizontally. That's gonna be fine. The bowl and eyewall. This bowl and eyewall is like flattened, right? But it has so much custard inside. Like once you open it up, this is like traditional, like just like regular milk bun. A little sweet. Wish the top was a little bit more flaky, crusty. It usually is a little more flaky, crusty. I think this place is like a little bit more wet because it's a little bit long. So I just think get a really fresh batch. Like it's usually really crispy, really flaky. I usually pop them in like the toaster oven. Just like watch it get really nice and crisp with like the filling getting like a little bit liquidy. But this place does it justice still. Like I actually love this bakery's like way of doing the bowl and eyewall. But there's so many different ways, and I think everyone should try a bowl and eyewall at some point. Like this little flat boy, but he does the job. He gets the job done. All right. Next item. Actually, surprise item. I didn't think I would actually get this myself when I went to the bakery, which just looked really good and I was craving it. This is a sponge cake, or how do you usually mention it in a bakery? It's a dangao. It's like they call it a cake, but like it's just like sponge cake. Super easy, like cupcake. Can you just say this shit? Like, oh my god, it's like so spongy. It's like, I don't know how else to describe it. It's just sponge cake, and it's amazing. All right, here's the thing about Asian bakers. They are a reflection of the cultural and culinary backgrounds and changes happening in the communities around them. So whether it's Hong Kong, Vietnamese, South Korean style bakeries, Asian bakeries are always going to be like a found home for me. Not a third place, kind of like a third place. You get the gist. Whenever I was in the world, like even when I was studying abroad in Sydney, bam, I felt nostalgic for home and felt nostalgic for just something that felt familiar. Not saying that I didn't have really good Asian food there, but the Asian bakery that I found randomly on the street in random Chinatown, that just like did everything for me. I called my parents, I had char siu bao, and it was great. And it easily tops the list, like these pastries, list of some of the most simplistic and nostalgic foods for so many me and my friends who are Asian American. We are third culture kids. We couldn't really speak our parents' languages very well sometimes, but we really resonate with the food culture and the mixes of food culture that happen in some of these fusion places, and maybe even to the extent these Asian bakeries. And so we can discuss about the gentrification of Asian style bakeries, like between Asia Bakery and Winsome Bakery, but even just like talk about similarly to that don't call it curry video in the Ugly Delicious show on Netflix. I've had moments when a Caucasian person have asked me why everything in the bakery is called bao, and I was astounded. But I feel like conversations like that kind of take away from focusing on what these Asian bakeries actually mean to us as a community. A found home, a third place, somewhere we can actually like touch into our third culture a lot. And so I'll leave this video off with kind of like some words of wisdoms I was thinking throughout while writing the script for this video. And even just at the bakeries itself. Asian bread just better. Thanks for watching. By the way, the two chains I said earlier, South Korean chains, they're Paris Baguette and Tozlo Drawers. Do not load that. I swear Paris Baguette was Vietnamese in origin my entire life for some reason. I didn't say that, by the way.